So what's up everybody, this is going to be my Black Clover 335 predictions. I think this chapter is going to be amazing. Obviously we're going to get the reactions of the captains. I think Lucius is going to do a full-on planned attack in terms of turning a lot of people into this new race that we just seen, which apparently Lucius calls the true human form. So let's get into this. First of all, if you like anime manga reviews, discussion, spoilers, and theories, definitely hit the subscribe button. If you like the video, Switch hit me with some false copyright strikes. So let's get this channel back to 5,000. Check out the Discord. So this chapter is going to be very interesting. The reason why I say that is because we haven't seen Asta lose this badly in such a long time, since basically when Yami was taken by Zenon. However, we've seen Asta get beat up, but not like this, because he basically just got one shot by Lucius when he finally took Asta seriously. It's quite clear that Lucius is most likely going to try to turn everybody around him into that form that he thinks is apparently the perfect human, which we all think has to do something with sacred and divinity because it has the angelic wings, but it has like horns, which is very interesting. Also, one of y'all pointed out that Lucius, the symbol of his squad was a deer. If you look at Lucius' perfect human form, it basically looks like a hybrid deer antler with angel wings. I don't see Asta actually dying here. I think Asta is going to be out of commission for a while. Somebody's gonna not turn into that new angelic form that Sister Lily is currently in. However, I do see Lucius attempting to make everybody around him into puppets and minions. I think Lucius has like a god complex. The reason I say that is because he wants to transform humanity and then create new humans with his siblings' magic. So I wonder what is his plan when he turns humans into this perfect form. Does he want to have humans that he considered worthy to become angelic beings, divine beings that will help him on his mission to basically, from what it sounds like, wipe humanity? I hope that gets explained this chapter as to what exactly is his plan with this new form of creatures. Also, I still think that the mana that humans have has a connection to divinity. It'll be very interesting to see Yami finally confront Lucius in this chapter, and I think that might be a possibility. Yami comes out of, the 𝙲𝚘𝚙𝚎 and decides to go where he sensed these new keys, where Asta looks like he's down. He's probably gonna figure out that Asta just fought somebody and lost. That's why his key is not as strong as before. I wonder if Mimosa is gonna come around and try to heal Asta, and then Lucius stops her. That's a possibility, but Yami, I think, is gonna be a part of this chapter. We haven't seen Yami since 2 chapters ago, which you would think, because Yami has such a strong connection with Julius, he would be more involved in this. It would have more emotional ties if Yami was actually fighting with Asta, and then they both find out that this whole entire time Julius was Lucius, and then Lucius turns into this angelic being. That'd be very interesting. I would love the reaction on Yami's face. However, 𝚲𝚘𝚎 didn't have Yami at that situation for a reason. Could have been that Yami probably would have just held back Asta, even though Asta was one shot. And also there's a possibility that Yami could have been turned into this new form that Lucius has created. Also, the whole plot point with Yami basically turning into a devil at one point after the Tree of Cliff-Off ritual, he wasn't really healed per se. So I wonder if somehow that somewhat plot line gets reintroduced in this chapter, because remember, it was kind of hinting that Gray didn't really heal Yami. He kind of just got up. So is there a possibility that 𝚲𝚘𝚎 is saving that so that when Yami finally meets Lucius, there's a possibility that Yami can turn into this type of angelic being, but a possibility of him still retaining his will, because it seems like he basically stopped himself from turning into a devil after the Tree of Cliff-Off ritual. I know I'm probably reaching here, but I wanted to throw it out there because there's definitely going to be a impactful scene when Yami figures out this whole entire time Lucius was Julius, because if it wasn't for Julius, Yami wouldn't have gotten to where he's at now in terms of a magical captain. Also, I hope it gets explained in this chapter how Lucius basically had Julius meet Yami, and Yami learning about magic. Because when you guys told me in the comments, and I said this before in another video, how does Yami have a clover grimoire if he's not from the Clover Kingdom originally? Shouldn't Yami have a grimoire from his original land? I said that before in another video. Some of you guys didn't really like that idea. However, I think that's going to be brought back into the story soon. I definitely think there's a possibility that Yami has something living inside his body, like another soul, similar to Yuno and William Vengeance in a sense, but it's a possibility it has something to do with the underworld in terms of possibly like a devil, where there's a connection. It's just so mysterious how Yami has a grimoire from the Clover Kingdom, yet we've seen Yuno, who was raised in the Clover Kingdom this whole entire time, ended up having a grimoire from his homeland that was actually his original grimoire, his original magic. So is there a possibility that Yami has his own original magic, and this black magic that he has is really just a soul that Lucius or Julius basically forced into Yami's body in a sense? I would love an explanation as to all this in this chapter, but knowing 𝚲𝚘𝚅, he's probably going to drag out that mystery, but a little hint here and there that would be really cool. Another thing, like the captains seeing 𝚲𝚅 get defeated this quickly, it makes me wonder what are they going to think about seeing 𝚲𝚅 basically on the floor. I know somebody's going to catch him and they're going to stop him from actually falling to his death, and somebody's going to heal him. I mean, he's the main character. However, like, what are the captains going to do now, knowing that Julius is now Lucius and Lucius has ill intent towards the Clover Kingdom? There's not much they can do. 𝚲𝚅𝚅 said that he realized how weak he was when he was fighting 𝙲𝚘𝚙𝚢𝚑𝚝, so like, how is he going to feel now that the Wizard King is also evil and his magic is on another level? 𝚲𝚅𝚅 is just going to be on the sideline looking until eventually he learns how to do spirit dive, because we all know that Mereoleona should have gotten salamander, but for whatever reason she didn't get it. And I remember one of you guys in the comments said a joke saying that the only reason why salamander didn't choose Mereoleona because salamander was scared. With that being said, I would like to see 𝚲𝚅𝚅 and Noelle somewhat in action. I know Noelle can't do much at this moment because what can she do? 𝚲𝚅 has lost that quickly. What is Noelle able to do against Lucius? She can't cancel any of his time magic. I don't see Noelle doing anything at this moment. I honestly don't know how this chapter is gonna go. I'm just throwing out my predictions out there, but it's just crazy to think about what exactly is happening right now in Black Clover. We literally just saw the main character get one shot, the person that defeated 𝚲𝚘𝚙𝚢, of course granted with some help, but still he stood his own against 𝚲𝚘𝚙𝚢, and then Lucius just completely one-shots him. And I understand Lucius now has the divine magic. It just shows you the level where Lucius is at. Like I said in another video, it does make sense now what that conversation Lucius was having when he was talking to 𝚲𝚘𝚙𝚢, how 𝚲𝚘𝚙𝚢 said that he has the perfect magic, and then Lucius says, yeah, you have the perfect magic, but humans are better in a sense in terms of mana. It's crazy. Now we're starting to see what exactly he meant. I think this divinity, we're going to see more characters turn into this new form. It's not only going to be Sister Lily, I think somebody else is going to be a part of that. It's just going to be rough to see at least Sister Lily be in that form for a long time, because I don't see her turning back to normal at least until Lucius is defeated. And we know once Lucius is defeated, it's probably going to be the end of this arc. If not, then maybe Astaroth decides to come out. But like I said before, it's very interesting how the character that is possessed by Astaroth, who is known to have two forms, a goddess and a demon form, literally has a new form that looks divine, and he also has the devil power when he's possessed by Astaroth. Lucius looking like he's the evil side and Julius looking like he's the good side. That is so interesting that 𝚲𝚘𝚅 wrote that. That being said, Yami, I definitely see him coming into relevance again in this chapter. I can see one of the captains possibly turning into a pseudo angel in this chapter. Noelle and Mimosa are most likely going to try to save 𝚲𝚅 from falling to his death. There's probably not much they can do, to be honest with you, because I know some people have been saying that they want to see 𝚲𝚅 have a temporary death. That'd be very cool to see 𝚲𝚅 go into the underworld, and then him and 𝚲𝚘𝚅 have to basically fight a lot of the devils in the underworld. I would be totally for that. But alright, that's basically all I have to say. Thank you so much for watching. These are my Black Clover 335 predictions. Let me know what you think about this video. Let me know what you think is going to happen next chapter. Do you think that 𝚲𝚅 is going to get back, or do you think that 𝚲𝚅 is out? He just has to crawl to survive. Do you think that the rest of the cast is going to end up turning into this pseudo angel? Do you think Yami's Clover grimoire, it's a mystery? Do you think there's going to be a reveal with that? Do you think Yami has the same thing that Yuno has, two souls in one body? That's why he has two magics. Do you think that Yami has a magic from his homeland, if they use magic in his homeland? Like if you liked the video, comment, subscribe, and I'm out of here.